Hi, I'm Tania Herbert, home care professional, operations guru, and a problem solver. I invite you to join me on my journey of industry reflection and self-discovery. Why home care? Looking back, I actually had two careers I stumbled into, both of which I not only turned out to be really good at, but also deeply passionate about. I was born in Bulgaria, small Eastern European country. And as a child, my dream was to be an archaeologist. I vividly remember being 6 or 7 years old, proudly telling adults, this was my dream. I'm going to be an archaeologist, and ending up giving a mini lecture because they would question even if I even knew what archaeology was. Reality isn't always kind to those. So once I started university, I quickly discovered archaeology had very little funding and almost no career prospects. I shifted into studying history and education, eventually earning my master's degree. That led me to my first career, teaching. Something I never thought I'd do, something I swore I would never do. My aunt, who was a local representative of the Department of Education, called me one day and asked me if I wanted to take advantage of this opportunity in a rural school. They needed a teacher ASAP. So I said yes, had nothing better to do. Walking into that classroom, it took a few minutes for me to discover that I loved it. I thrived on figuring out how 40 plus students learned best, how to make the driest of materials interesting and memorable, how to help them succeed and achieve their and my goals as well. After 6 years of teaching, I stumbled upon another adventure which I embraced, coming to the US. I came here with 2 suitcases, very little English, and a lot of uncertainty. I tried everything. That was my mini journey of professional self-discovery. I worked in an ice cream shop, popcorn factory, worked as a barista, a bartender. What stuck with me though was caring for others. I grew up in a multi-generational household, and caregiving was part of who I was. I started as a caregiver and it felt natural. It felt great helping, and it translated in my relationship with my clients. From there, I was pulled into the office as a receptionist, and that was a fiasco. I was not good at it. I was getting too involved in solving problems rather than just answering the phones and doing my job. That little job stunt, though, taught me a lot about proper file keeping and the importance of best practices, the importance of regulations and following those regulations. Soon I discovered scheduling. That was where my skill set really shined. Scheduling is about relationships, about problem solving and constant change. And that was where I truly, truly thrived. It's a puzzle. Matching the right caregivers with the right clients, balancing preferences, pivoting on the spot when the next phone call throws all of your plans out the window. I just loved it. I also had the privilege of learning under one of the best schedulers I've ever known. Biju Krishnan had mastered the art of making relationships and problem solving, as well as constant change and reacting to it. My strength was complementing his mastery with structure. It turned out that I'm really good at taking his practices and standardizing them into procedures. Over time, I realized that my true passion was operations. I've grown through nearly every corner of the home care industry: staffing, employee relationships, training, retention, recruitment, marketing, business development, financial management. You name it, I've done it. But operations is where my true passion is, where I really thrive. Spotting what's working and amplifying it, finding bottlenecks and removing them, pinpointing weaknesses and fixing them, making the difficult decisions as confidently as the easy ones. And yet, throughout my career, I've noticed a huge gap in our industry. Too often, home care organizations lack standardized processes. Very, very often, they misunderstand who their real customers are. It's not just the paying client. It's our caregivers, our admin staff, and ignoring our customers weakens the entire system. That's why I'm starting this mini-series. I want to share my best practices, the lessons I've learned, and the insights I've gathered along the way. I will be reflecting on what's working and highlighting what's not, and inviting people who are the best at what they do to share their knowledge. That's my journey of reflection and discovery. I really hope you'll join me in it.